Well, probably the largest way is Buchanan is really known for community service or service to the community. Our kids have worked hard over the years. Probably the last decade we've donated upwards of well over $100,000 to Valley Children's Hospital through a fashion show that they put on. And then our annual Matt Mueller blood drive, which has been one of the largest high school blood drives in our community. But more recently, we have a clothes closet, which is space on the campus where our service-based leadership students are learning about how to work in nonprofit, give to their community, and it's been a great resource, not just for Clovis, but for the Fresno community at large. Well, my goodness, we're very blessed to be a very high-performing school. Probably the areas that we're noted for would be really well-rounded advanced placement offerings. We have a very rigorous amount of classes available to students here, and we have had, the highest scores in our district. We're all competitive, so both schools are very, very high achieving in that area. Visual and performing arts. In the years of downward economy, many school districts don't maintain those programs, or they're unable to. I guess it's a decision. But in Clovis, we have held on to those programs that we feel really benefit our students, and so rigorous program, visual performing arts. But I would say we try to keep in mind the students' needs across the spectrum. So it could be from students that have very significant needs. With learning disabilities, we want to find a pathway to put them on for independence, on up to students that are going to compete to achieve at Ivy League level. Continuous improvement is really, really important, and nowadays our students really are in a competitive world, and so we have to stay abreast of what's going to keep them able to go out and earn positions in life. We have to make sure they're ready for college, make sure they're ready for the workforce. And so continually developing our pathways, not just a one-track college preparatory, but many pathways. And so we're bringing on an engineering program. We have every STEM course available right now, and bridging some partnerships with our community colleges and state university as well as local universities. And so we have a lot of continuous improvement. What they're capable of. Never underestimate it. And any day when you find it rough as a high school principal, just go be with the kids in class. That's what I'm amazed by, because they're brilliant. And I mean that across the board, every type of student. So I'm just amazed at what they're capable of doing. I decided in early years that I was going to be a teacher. I went through the Clovis Unified System. As a student at Clark Intermediate, I was really inspired by my physical education teacher, Ricci, back in the day. And so when I was meeting with my high school counselor, I knew by my sophomore year that I wanted to be a teacher. And I stayed here and went to school at Fresno State and started my career 32 years ago with Clovis Unified. And it's just been thrilling, and I feel like it was just meant to be. They say that our students now will change careers multiple times, and I've changed jobs and certainly taken on different responsibilities, but I can't imagine not working in public education. One of our former superintendents said jokingly one day, "I bet you vacation in Madera, because I don't stray very far from home," which is not true, but I would vacation in Madera, but anyway.
Just goes to show how sort of dedicated you are to this.
I am. I'm a Clovis girl. It is a legacy of our school, and the reason that we're never going to forget them is we have a beautiful garden out here with their names and their plaques, and throughout the year you'll see people in the community, including their families, come and visit. But I think it's just helping our students understand the sacrifice that they paid to defend our country. And so through any ceremony we have of remembrance, we are teaching our Buchanan Bears about the Buchanan Bears that lost their lives very, very young. And I would say the main thing is that legacy we will never forget. And it's in our graduation ceremony each year.
Oh, really?
It is, and that was began by a student. It was his idea. And you know, every year when we prepare for graduation, how in the world would you ever take them out? You just don't. So that will be our legacy.